Channel. Venkatesh Devanur here from AgriLife, India. Today we talk about a unique product, U-Min. U-Min is derived brand name from Urea Minimizer. You know, we use in India 30 million tons of urea is consumed in India. Very, very excessive use. Soil chemistry is getting disturbed. Soil texture, structure getting adversely affected because it's subsidized at 6 rupees a kilo. That means at a price of very, very uneconomical price for a producer, Government of India incurs a subsidy of about $15 billion. And ultimately, because it's cheap, farmers use urea more and more, use less of phosphatic fertilizer, use less of potash fertilizer, use virtually no compost. Organic fertilizers are not being used. This over-dependence on urea has resulted in plants becoming weaker and weaker. The moment you throw urea, it becomes green, attracts butterflies, moths next morning. They lay the eggs, and then a vicious circle of insecticides, fungicides getting sprayed more frequently happens. The root cause of all these things is excessive use of urea. And that urea, when we use it, the whole thing gets leached out. 60-70% of the active ingredient, which is about 45% of nitrogen, is wasted. And as you know, urea is made from a fossil fuel origin, which is naphtha, or we have natural gas. These are not available forever in the future. It's not a sustainable resource for future. Just because we discovered a new process 70 years ago, we keep producing same thing at a cheap price, subsidize it and give it to farmers, and ultimately we spoil the mother earth. Today, soil health is depleted drastically because of abuse of urea. So what do? We have to find a way how this denitrification process has to be controlled. We have a wonderful neem tree in India. Neem is age-old knowledge of Indian farmers. The oil from the neem kernel is very effective as a fungicide, as an insecticide, as a biostimulant, and as a fertilizer coating product. Neem oil coming out from the neem kernel has a very distinct feature of making the urea release the active ingredient in a controlled manner, in a slow manner. Thus, the wastage of urea is reduced, thereby maybe 30% of urea can be reduced if we coat the urea with U-Min. U-Min is based on neem oil formulation based product. It's coming in a liquid formulation, and we recommend the use between 1 to 2 liters per ton of urea. That means 1 to 2 liters per ton of urea. It is to basically you spread the urea, spray it on the urea, mix it up and then apply it. Or take a seat of a bin where we can put the oil and urea and mix it mechanically. It can be done in a large scale industrial setup. Ultimately, what is required, this 1 or 2 liters urea, of the U-Min liquid has to be coated uniformly on the prills or granules of urea. Shelf life of the product is 2 years under any normal ambient condition. Therefore, there is no problem of products losing its efficacy in the short run. The product is safe to use, it is non-toxic, doesn't impart any adverse residue, and there is no re-entry barrier in the field after applying urea coated with U-Min. U-Min thus can help in reducing basically this over-dependence on urea, and this dependence can be converted into savings in the cost of urea and savings in this national exchequer, incurring huge subsidy budget, and soil health can be improved. Basically, the product formulation from neem oil with some adjuvants. That is the product you mean. Thank you very much.